Being in a bad financial situation affects every part of your life. Financial stress can lead to worry, anxiety, depression, and physical symptoms like high blood pressure, headaches, and trouble sleeping. I know how stressful it can be to be in a bad financial situation. Several years ago, I was buried in consumer debt and had a net worth of negative $100,000. I had 5 figures of student loan debt, over $20,000 of credit card debt, a fancy SUV that I couldn't afford, and was deeply underwater on a house that I purchased at the peak of the housing market in 2007, which was right before the housing market crashed. And to make matters worse, I lost my job in 2008. Not having enough money to pay for your basic needs prevents you from prioritizing education, travel, and helping other people. After I lost my job in 2008, I quickly found a new job, but I was only making $29,000 a year. This was not enough to cover my expenses, so I wasn't even living paycheck to paycheck. It was much worse. I was going further into debt every month. This is when I realized that something had to change. I couldn't continue living my life this way. I wanted to make more money to give myself more options. I wanted to live in a nice house in a safe area. And most importantly, I no longer wanted to stress about not having enough money to cover my basic expenses. This is when I realized that money is not scarce, but it's all around us. I just didn't have the skills, attitude, or habits needed to attract money into my life. Right then, I committed to getting out of debt and building a massive amount of wealth for me and my family. And that's what led me to discovering these 5 financial principles that I needed to master. The first one is to take ownership of your situation. How did you get here? Was it a string of bad decisions and impulsive spending? Was it the economic downturn, housing crash, loss of your job, medical bills, divorce? No matter how you got yourself into this situation, you must evaluate where you are financially and decide where you'd like to be. I'm sure that you've all heard that if you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. This is why you need to have a vision of your future and what you want. For example, maybe you want to be completely free of unsecured debt, have a paid off home, have a 6-figure brokerage account, have rental properties, whatever it might be. Write these things down and work towards achieving them. There is so much power in knowing exactly what you want. When you figure this out, you will start to make conscious and unconscious decisions leading you toward your goal. The second and maybe most important principle of being financially healthy is that you must make more money than you spend. If you ever hope to get out of debt, save money, and invest in assets, you must make more money than you spend. It seems so obvious, but many people regularly use credit cards to spend more than they make. You can do this by spending less, which is encouraged, but the most effective way to get ahead financially is to earn more money. You can do this by getting a better paying job, promotion at your current job, learning new skills, and changing career paths, working a part-time job, starting a side hustle, or a small business on the side. I drove for Uber Eats for almost a year when I was trying to get out of debt and get ahead financially. I actually loved delivering food. I could work whenever I wanted. It was a great side hustle and I could easily make an extra $100 or $200 a week. This was extra money that I could use to pay toward debts or start investing. The third principle is you must become financially literate. You must continually educate yourself about finances, budgeting, saving, investing, interest rates, credit scores, all things personal finance. You might want to hire a certified financial planner, read finance books, take classes, watch YouTube videos, do whatever you enjoy. Most people are never taught about money. They just get a job, get paid, and start spending. Educating yourself about how to manage debt and grow wealth is essential to financial success. The fourth financial principle is to track your net worth. Net worth is all your assets subtract your liabilities. To calculate your net worth, make a list of all your assets. This includes your house, car, savings account, retirement accounts, whatever you own that has value. Now make a list of your liabilities. This includes your mortgage, credit cards, student loans, medical bills. List every debt you owe. Add up the total value of your assets and the total value of your liabilities and subtract your liabilities from your assets. This is your net worth. It may be positive or it may be negative. Either way, you know where you stand. If your goal is a net worth of $1 million, now you know where you are and where you're going. The fifth and final principle is to invest in assets. And I know a lot of you who are watching this are trying to get out of debt, and that is probably your priority right now. But I think it's important at this stage to start creating the habit of investing in assets. If you have a ton of unsecured high interest rate debt, you should focus on eliminating that first. But for most people, getting into the habit of investing in assets even before you are completely out of debt is a good idea. This is especially true if your workplace offers a match on your retirement account contributions. You must do this or you're leaving free money on the table. Even if you start investing with just 1% of your income, this will start building the investing habit and also educating you on what type of assets interest you. With hard work, financial education, and perseverance, you will eventually pay off your debts. This is a special time because all of the money you've been pouring into those debts is now yours to invest with and start building wealth. Do you like stocks, bonds, real estate, crypto, CDs, business startups, alternative investments? It is fun learning about assets to invest in, but there are so many options you must continually educate yourself. Do not take advice from people on YouTube and news articles you read. They are often biased. Do your own research and learn about investing. Discover what interests you and learn all you can about it. It is very important to only invest in what you understand. Increasing income, controlling expenses, eliminating debts, and buying assets is how people become wealthy. This opportunity is out there for everyone, but many people don't do it. Don't be one of those people. Commit to your goals, educate yourself, take action, and you will eventually obtain your financial goals. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'll be putting out new content each week. If you've watched to the end, I think you'll really enjoy this video here about what prevents us from becoming wealthy. Check it out. Take care, and I will see you next time. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. See you. Bye.